The National Assembly has frowned at the refusal of state representatives and government agencies to appear before the parliament to answer questions on the use of funds allocated to tackle environmental and climate issues. The probe, which covers accruals and utilization of funds released in the last 12 years under the subhead Ecological funds, is expected to produce a detailed account of how money was spent.
In the past few months, we have worked assiduously to make sure that the 774 local governments in this country and the 36 states of the Federation, including the FCT, they are self-sustainers in terms of funds allocation to them for ecological challenges. And now, out of 36 states of the Federation, we don't even have half of the representatives here with us. I don't know where we are going to. And this is the second opportunity, the second windows open to them. The first, when we started a public hearing on the regulation of ecological fund, as the bill, as it were at that time, only 3 states came here. And again, today, we are having the investigative hearing. And of course, when we have so many stakeholders who can contribute, and then we have our take-home recommendations, aside that the House had passed for the 3rd reading and signed the newly proposed formula, the sharing, which the President had even keyed into. Now the states representatives or the states think they should not just cause appearance to let us share idea. They are working for Nigerians. This is for the benefit of the citizens. But again, to insulate the ecological fund from being seen as a slush fund, Mr. Speaker directed the committee that we should make it in such a way that is no any other institutions. Because before now, any laws they just want to we want to create as a National Assembly because we have our own shares, too, part of the blame. If any law, new bill is being presented, so everybody has seen it as an idle fund. And now we are calling all of us, let's sit down. Let us allow the whole world, the whole country to know, even on our side, too, as a National Assembly, to know that it's not an idle fund. Any attempt, but the choice is ours. The House can decide to scrap it entirely. But for the benefit of Nigerians, we are not going to go that way. And by the new legislations that may be coming, we have said enough is enough. We don't want anybody to be referring to it and say it should be their source of fund. They should look for source of fund elsewhere. Now, if the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria could send to us through the Secretary to the Government of the Federation and Ecological Project Office, a compendium of how he spent the ecological money under his administration. I don't now see anyone, any institution, that should refuse the invitation of this committee. But we have some good news for them. One, we still give them that window to hurriedly make their submissions and appear to defend whatever they are submitting. Or they will be willing to go and defend themselves, at another institutions of the government. Because when we send our reports, definitely another institution will invite them. I can assure them. Or, lastly, by the constitutional provision, we will make sure such a person or institution appears before this committee through a bench warrant. The ongoing investigation or duplication of duties and responsibilities and wasteful expenditures by all MDAs. The motion was initiated and sponsored by me. And good enough, we have someone who is the chairman of that committee, and members. We have professors, we have PhD holders. Automatically, as sponsor of the motion, I'm equally a member of that committee. We will surely make sure we amend the laws. That's either repeal, because an act, it's either we are going to repeal, reenact, or amend, so that such institutions who are just taking ecological money and they still feel they cannot subject themselves to come and tell us how they are spending it. That section of the law will be expunged from the law guiding or operating such an agency. So, and please let us not bask in any euphoria of maybe piggy attitude, which means you are in the dark. You are on your own. If anybody is telling you, ignore them. By the time you know you are in the dark, even your shadow will leave you. It will run away. Nobody is going to defend you. So, the members of the committee, who are the real owners of this assignment, will deliberate and decide. For those who are not here, and if they allow me, I'm still going to a rule that we give them ample time. If they don't, that's not going to stop our assignment. We'll have to forge ahead. Unfortunately, and I also want to repeat, we see what the allocation being given as not too enough. And that's why we're having all these challenges here and there. Look at all the statistics of the Federation, the FCT. Look at the way flood affected a lot of areas. And we now want to take it as a collective responsibility. Increase your money, increase your funding. But it is aching to someone, I think one state in 2019, when a family, a fisherman, he caught this marlin fish. And instead of him to show it to people or let people know what, instead of the fisherman that he has a fish, a strange fish, instead of him to expose himself, he entered his house, told the wife, cook, they boil, they ate the fish. And we know the cost of marlin fish in the world, $2 million US. So he has opportunity of getting $2 million US, but because of hunger, ignorance, God bless you, sir, out of ignorance. So I see that those who refuse to have appeared or cause appearance or even write letters for the reason why they are not here, they are already eating their fish when they have $2 million access. So I'm saying this in parable. So it's left for us. It's either we take it or we leave it. Because members generally, they are feeling disenchanted and they are feeling embarrassed.